You are in the strategy room, and Donald Trump is accusing Ted Cruz of stealing his win in the Iowa caucus. The Texas senator beat the business mogul by a little more than 3% in the Republican race. Trump argues a new election should actually be called based on Cruz's, quote, fraud, or the results should be nullified. Joining us with political analysis are Democratic strategist Douglas Smith in D.C. and Republican strategist Robert O'Brien in L.A. Welcome to you both. All right, so since the Iowa caucus results, Donald Trump, after going that 15 hours of sort of staying silent on Twitter, has come out and said many things, most recently trying to justify why he came in second place behind Ted Cruz again. Well, now his latest explanation is that he says that one of the reasons is because of Cruz's controversial Iowa mailer that looked like an official government document. Let's take a look at some of Donald Trump's recent tweets, and then I'll have my guests react. Ted Cruz didn't win Iowa, he stole it. That is why all of the polls were so wrong and why he got far more votes than anticipated. Bad. And another tweet, based on the fraud committed by Senator Ted Cruz during the Iowa caucus, either a new election should take place or Cruz results nullified. So, Robert, tell me, does he seem scared?
Well, I think what he'd like to do is get in a time machine and go back and attend the Fox News debate. I think that was a turning point for him in Iowa. Look, politics isn't beanbag. Donald Trump is new to this. He's had his way for a long time with the news media covering every one of his comments or tweets. He's had a lot of earned media. Ted Cruz got out to Iowa. He organized the heck out of it. He had volunteers from out of state staying at dorms and doing what you need to do to win an Iowa caucus, which is hard work. And it's getting people to come out on a cold evening with their friends and neighbors and convince them to vote for the candidate. Donald Trump didn't have the ground game, and he was gracious in his concession speech, but on second thought, I guess he's having a bit of a Donald Trump meltdown now.
Yeah, that was a bit short-lived. It was a short speech, but it was certainly gracious, but now the gloves are off. I mean, Doug, let me ask you, I mean, had he come out on top, of course, he would have spun this whole thing saying he doesn't need Fox News, he didn't need to be at that debate, he's so loved that he doesn't actually have to participate the way that the rest of the candidates do. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, and I suppose this is just more of Donald Trump.
No, absolutely. I'm sort of reminded of that expression, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. And I think that's Donald's problem, is he's now realizing that he has to be judged and evaluated like all these other candidates. And I think there's a fine line between principle and arrogance. And I totally agree with Robert. I mean, I think it was shameful that he didn't attend the Fox debate. I mean, the debates are there for the voters to get a better sense of who the candidates are. And, I think he's realizing that he can't just sort of take the ball and go home, and that politics is very different than some of the shady business dealings he's been involved with in real estate for so many years, that you can't just bully people in politics. You have to ask people for their vote, and people need to know that the candidate is listening and willing to take part and be part of the solution. And I think Trump is realizing that is the challenge he's going to run up against.
All right. Well, we should look forward to New Hampshire because obviously it's do or die there for him. We'll look forward to that. Have more coverage for you here on the Strategy Room, of course. Douglas Smith and Robert O'Brien, thank you so much. And for more on the 2016 race to the White House, go to foxnews.com. I'm Julie Banderas. Thanks for watching.